Alright, so we're back in Haven for the 50th time. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's a game or a console, but the game basically froze on me about 2 or 3 times before I was able to quit or save or do anything for that matter. So we're back here. So the game basically froze right when I opened the door. Well, when you fast travel, right when you open the door, it just freezes, and I'm basically in the motion of running.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
Honestly, considering the line of work we do,
you're not planning assassinations, are you?
We're gonna make enemies regardless.
I was planning to unleash Josephine on them. She kills with kindness. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
And that's probably why you'll hear the most unenthusiastic yell from me.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
It's like such a crappy rebuttal. I do it
Let's
again.
talk about you.
Carry on.
Me?
Bards tell tales. I bet you tell some good ones.
There are plenty of tales in the library. Perhaps you should look for them there.
Oh, you're no fun.
What did you do before you worked for the Divine?
I trained to be a spy from a young age. Learned from the best. For a while, I was wildly happy. I loved the thrill of that life, the danger. But nothing lasts forever. I went into hiding, and when I emerged, the Divine called on me. She presented me with my own network of spies, and said I was the only one she could trust.
That's some heavy shoes to fill. Or, sorry, big
I should
shoes
leave
to
you
fill.
to your work.
We can always talk later.
What I was gonna say is, she has a really heavy burden and really big shoes to fill. A lot of responsibility, considering she was nothing more than a thrill-loving bard, and look where she's at right now. So definitely a big jump from the Origin series. A lot has changed. A lot of the characters have evolved. It just makes me feel really old at this point. I mean, it's like, what, 6 years after the first game, 6 years after the Origins release.
The Inquisition
All the party members are
appreciates
so
your assistance in this matter.
mature
And my miners appreciate your business.
I guess,
You'll have
battle-driven.
by the end of the week.
They've basically seen it all. Lots of experience against blight, against death. Witnessed a lot of hardships. Just changes the entire perspective. Alright, so it looks like we have more quests we can, I guess, tackle.
What have your
We've
ears
done
heard,
Hushed Whispers
Leliana?
already.
Anything new we don't already know about?
No, nothing.
The Cult of Andraste. So this, well, never mind. I thought this was the next thing up. I don't know who to send to complete this quest. Improve stability.
All right.
I think Cullen's the best man for the job. For that, I guess, reinforcing the rift closing process. Gather coins. Why not? Why
At
not?
your service.
Can't really say no to money. We don't have any Inquisition perks to spend, and we only have 10 power points. In your heart shall burn. Recommended level 8 to 11. We're joining forces with our new allies to close the rift, supposedly once and for all. But I highly doubt this is the finale, because
Let's see what we have.
this is only the second main quest we can actually tackle on this early. Still got quite a few Orlais quests we can tackle as well. The University of Orlais, I'm probably not going to read that. Way too long. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties, which we've already completed, apparently. Is that anything? No, that's just a book. Yeah, no. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I don't need a loading screen for this too, do I? I guess we do. Another long-ass waiting screen. Alright, we're back. Do we need to talk to her? No, we don't. Do we need to go down to the basement? No, we don't. What is she doing out here? Shouldn't she be like sending letters or something?
Thank you.
Alright, so we got the Dream Rags removed, Shadow Essence. That's pretty much it. I feel like I'm missing something, really. Yeah, I feel like we're missing something. I don't know if it's just me or the Inquisition or the Rift icon's actually slightly pixelated for whatever reason. That shouldn't be the case here. No, we can't use any of these things. I really need Inquisition perks, because I'm sure one of them gives like bonus defense or something, you know? Something useful, something that can actually make us survive the onslaughts of the Rift. I mean, what if we were to face the Elder One straight on, and this is what we're gonna get. So we're completely not ready at this point in time. No, wait. I really don't feel like doing the right armor. It's just a really annoying quest to do, and I can always come back and do it anyways. There's really no rush. What kind of code is that? And since we're here already, might as well check in with our lovely Inquisition members. Because that's what we do. We love our party members. We love each and every member. We value them almost equally. Not always equally, but almost equally.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
Cows milking farmers is a bit exaggerated, don't you think?
Give me time. I'm sure I'll surprise you.
I suspect that's untrue. Unless you strip yourself naked and allow the Chantry to flog you into repentance. Now that would surprise me. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is...
Why is that guy barging into our conversation?
You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
Again, another cheesy pickup line, as long as they're like you.
What would be wrong with that
No.
exactly?
No, not at all.
Nothing, at first. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed, by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
True say. True say.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Divinity, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
Oh yeah, brother, it's extremely obvious to anybody who's
You
not
certainly
blind.
think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
So what's a scion to begin?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Looks like they could bite off what they couldn't chew.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
I'm getting
Makes
the impression
sense.
you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
So he comes from a very
It just
rich
seems so much
bureaucratic
of what you
and
say about the
elitist
Imperium is
family.
entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Quite
Why
the patriot.
remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
I think I've
Agreed.
heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
I'm sure you don't.
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Showing signs of empathy. I think Dorian's beginning to grow on me, actually. Got a tear in my eye already. But yeah, every time we go to Redcliffe, it's brings back a lot of good memories. But at the same time, can't help but laugh at at Alistair because he sounds very, very different. I don't know if it's because of the 6-year time gap or whatnot. I didn't do any research. I didn't look into it. I'm not sure if they use the same voice actor or not, but he sounds a little bit different to me. Not the Alistair that I remember from Origins. Hero of Ferelden, that's presumably us in the Origins series. It belonged to a clan of Dalish elves. Really. The hero fought and killed the archdemon, dying in the ultimate sacrifice to save Ferelden. With the archdemon gone, the Darkspawn disbanded, and whatever ranks have been, I guess they pose. They no longer pose any threats to Ferelden or Orlais, actually, for that matter. hopefully there'll be, I guess, more variety on some of the side quests that they offer here. I feel like, well, I haven't done a lot of them, but the ones that I have done, they were pretty generic thus far. I don't know if you guys agree with me with that, but looks like our party also leveled up, so that's fine. What are we doing here again? Totally forgot. No, I don't. Do I want to do farmland security? No. Actually, no, it's right there. Never mind. We can do it. Inform Braun that the watchtowers have been built. Sounds easy enough. Walk up to that guy. Press X. Complete. Can't get any easier than that, right? Can't get any easier. And our folks are ready to report in. Where is Braun?
If those refugees are going to defend
Here he
themselves,
is.
they'll need real defenses. I've got a few ideas.
I've built watchtowers in the areas you recommended.
Nicely done. That'll give both your refugees and our farmers some warning next time trouble pays a visit. I'll speak to the master and have weapons sent to your people at the crossroads.
Wait, this ain't Star Wars. Someone's gotta man the watchtower physically. There's no computers or droids or anything like that to help us. Right? Or am I just losing it? Alright, so we have one attribute point to spend. Do we want lunge and slash? Improving that to great lunge. 75% damage bonus within 5 meters radius. That's actually not that bad. Transmute magic. Dispel. Actually, that might be good for rifts. Who's this? Dorian? Yeah. But do we need anything? No, we don't need static charges. We don't need static cages or whatnot. But we'll do that anyways, just in case we need to provide some stuns, some CCs, some crowd controls for the people. Exploding bolt is actually a very useful ability to single out a tougher opponent, not necessarily the boss, but since they're probably immune anyways. But yeah, we are on our way. I believe we need to speak to somebody else. Convince Dennett. So where is Dennett? Is he around here? I don't see him. Do I look for the arrow? Probably. The arrow's pointing south. No, wait, no, it's not. It's pointing west. No, that's not right. That's Memories of the Grey. It's the Grey Warden one. Which we gotta find any type of artifacts that were left behind by the Grey Wardens when they retreated for whatever reason that they did. We still don't know. Previously, Liliana was not able to look into it too much. She just found remnants of the Grey Wardens. They left in a hurry. And that was pretty much it. We don't know much more. We don't know any more. We don't know if they were pursued. We don't know if they were chasing Darkspawn. We don't know if there's any type of secret mission. A lot of unknowns at this point, but that's why we need to do some Sherlock Holmes detective work. We need to do some Sherlock detective work. Hafter's Woods. And of course we can't save here. Can't save at will, right? We got a Rift in the Woods, which I remember was kind of difficult as well. Is that where we need to be? Is that where we need to be? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Ooh, what? an ambush by one person. Loot, smuggler, lurker. So is he a smuggler or is he a lurker? Can you do both? Can you lurk and smuggle at the same time? Got another one. You're pretty much like rogue class assassins. Well, that didn't help too much. Let's see the loot. Yeah, no, that's not very helpful. Not very helpful at all. Loot was completely useless.